But now that we've talked so much about the dark den in your collection, I know this is going to be because again, even over the screen, I get a little squeamish. Would you
Hmm.
mind giving us a little tour and showing off some of
Sure,
your collection?
sure. Actually, I have some sneak peek for you and
Oh, I
for
like
the
that.
people that are watching, because I have one tarantula that I paired like months and months ago, and I was the female ate male, and I recorded that, but I didn't do a video about it because I wanted to do like once she may when she makes an egg sac, I will also record that, and when there's babies, I will record that and make one big video out of full experience. And months and months and months passed, and there is no egg sac. And now I was convinced that the female won't do an egg sac. But yesterday, when I came here at night, I noticed that she did a lot of webbing. So I was like, okay, she's either going to molt or she will make an egg sac. And I set up the camera, and camera was recording through the whole night and now through the entire day. And she did ton of web, but she still didn't molt, and she still didn't do an egg sac. But I'm pretty sure that if she planned to molt, she would already molt. So I'm like, please be egg sac, please be egg sac. So I can show you actually how that looks.
I would love to see that.
If I bring everything a lot of light, because she's right here on the table, and we can switch to this camera. Or first, wait.
You know, I,
I need to
I
return this.
fancy this show as kind of being like a internet late night talk show. So
Hmm.
I'm so happy you're like my animal expert, you know, and like when Johnny Carson or Jimmy Fallon has people on, that's what I'm so excited about this.
Okay. I'm glad that I'm in the exciting domain.
You're the trust me, I've been so hyped for this for weeks. Ever since I you said yes, I've been like so excited.
honestly, honestly, when you contacted me, I wasn't sure. I didn't get from the email. I didn't get if you actually know my content, if you follow me. I thought that you just heard about me and I could potentially be interesting, and that's why you reached out. I didn't realize that you're actually a Dark Den follower.
Oh yeah, I've been a subscriber, like I said, for probably 2 or 3 years.
uh,
I again with all the like the phylum and all the particular names, I don't pick up that well at all. So I'm not
uh-huh.
experienced in like the technical parts of it, but just from like a content. Oh, let me go over. Oh, uh, sorry. That wait,
So,
I gotta get a close look
so,
at this.
so as you can see, she did a lot of all of this is fresh web, and there is this part is like super thick, and she still got a super thick abdomen, so she didn't make an egg, but I think that she plans to lay eggs right there. So
Wow,
that's why I hope that it will happen this night.
that's so cool.
I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that is what will that I will get the opportunity to actually record it, because I never recorded how tarantula makes an egg. That is definitely on my bucket list
Did you
to
ever
do.
consider working at like I mean, now you don't have to because you have your own zoo. But was there ever a thought like,
Mhm.
man, I want to maybe be like a zoologist and work at a zoo somewhere?
Well, yeah, when I was a kid, I basically wanted to be two things. Or one my wish was to be a car mechanic, and my second wish was to be a, how do you say it? The explorer of animals. I always watched the documentaries, and when scientists went to the jungles and discovered new species, discovered new animals, I wanted to be those guys.
That is
So
awesome.
those were my two things that I was like, as a kid, that I loved. So let me now give you a bit of tour. Actually, I need to turn on some lights, and also the dark den is actually two parts. This is
Hmm.
the one room when I record the video, where I record videos, and I have the other room where I have more tarantulas.
Yeah.
And here are bigger tarantulas. Here is the junglearium, still in work in progress, and over there I have some smaller ones. And okay, so I'm going to take you on a little tour, but I don't know how much you will be able to see. And also, since you are watching my videos, you should probably already be familiar with all of these, you
Wow.
know. And since it is kind of night, it is kind of late here in Croatia. It is now 10 p.m. So they are basically most of them are out. So this one is huge, huge,
Wow.
huge. maybe I can open it. Oh, never
Oh,
mind. She got huge booty, you see?
this is gonna sound really stupid, but it's so much
Yes.
cooler. Like I know it's still video, but the fact that you're doing
Mhm.
this live, I'm like, I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah, yeah.
there.
I know that it is not the same watching something recorded or watching something live. I know that it's different. This is Sashenka,
Oh my gosh, it's
and she's
beautiful.
Grammostola rosea. So she's basically the species, just like my first tarantula. Sasha was my first tarantula, and he was Grammostola rosea. I got it as a sling that big, but unfortunately, it turned out to be a male, and he matured, and then he attempted to, I'm not sure how are you how do I say, how familiar are you with how tarantulas develop and stuff. But once male reach maturity, he basically stays like that. He no longer molts. But sometimes mature male will try to do a post molt, and usually it is they just get stuck in the molt, being not able to pull out. That's what usually happens, and that is what happened to Sasha. But also sometimes it can happen that they manage to molt, but they will in that molt they will always lose their pedipalps,
Hmm.
and their pedipalps they have their like reproductive organs. So I don't know if that's a nature way to okay, no, your time is out. You will no longer be able to reproduce. So anyhow, the junglarium. I recently installed new lights inside, and it is now inside. It is super bright, and I have one actual problem, a real problem. I don't know if you are familiar with how aquariums work and that stuff, but you see that this black stuff. You see that?
Oh yeah, it's like
So
is that
that
like
is
mildew
all
or something?
algae. Now,
Ah,
because it is so bright in here, the algae boomed. Everything is covered in algae now. So therefore, I turned off this light, and now I only have these lights on, and we'll see if that will kind of help. And also, I bought today. I actually bought the dimming thing, so I can dim the lights and reduce the light because I still think that it is too bright because you can see how this plant is actually starting to become a bit yellowish, and that
uh-huh.
is kind of the sign of too much light. So I will definitely need to tone it down, but that is even better because then I decrease my electric bill like with that.
Are these
And
all
now we go.
LEDs, right? That you're lighting everything with?
Yes, yes, yes. Uh, the lights are here turned off because lights are all automatically turning on and off. And I'm not really sure if you will be able to still see since this is wireless and now we are like on the other side of the wall. Maybe you will lose me.
I will let you know. We're good
Yeah.
right now. Now remind me
Okay.
because, like I said, I forget the names pretty easily.
Hmm.
That's how I do everything. Now that there's the main two types of tarantula. There's the ones that burrow, and then there's the ones that climb. Correct? That they can climb up like
Yes,
smooth
yes, yes.
surfaces.
Arboreal and terrestrial.
Gotcha.
So, so basically, the ones that are down in these taller enclosures, you have arboreals, and in these narrower enclosures, you have terrestrials. Also, in these with more substrate, you see where you have the holes. And this is actually, you mentioned this one. This is the cobalt blue.
Oh,
You see,
wow.
you can actually see the blue in it. And that is a heavy burrower, so therefore it got a lot of substrate and it got just digs a hole. And when you touch the door, it just bolts inside.
Is it true that
Also,
for most of these, if you were
yeah.
to get bitten, it's basically like a bad bee sting for a lot of them?
Uh, I never, I never personally been bit, but from people say if you got bit by a New World tarantula, so from North and South America, then that is a bee sting. But if some of like cobalt blue, that one is from Asia, if that bites you, then it's a bit nastier because it hurts much more. Also, I apologize. There is a kind of mess in the dark then because I have too much stuff and too little space, but that should that should soon change because I will be building a garage outside, and garage will serve me to be a dedicated place to build enclosures. Because as you know, I'm starting to build enclosures and sell them, so I need a dedicated spot for that.
Absolutely.
And
This is
yeah,
kind of the area, unless I'm getting my wires crossed. I remember you had a
Yes.
tarantula escape for a couple days, and you ended up finding. Is that around where you are right now? There,
What the heck?
I remember watching a video of yours where you had a tarantula escape for like a day or two, and I remember you saying you found them
Uh-huh.
up, and you were taking out all of the cork bark,
Yes.
and then you
It was.
found him like up under like a new terrarium that you were building or something. I can't remember.
Hmm. Maybe that was some older video in some other dark den, because I know that one tarantula that escaped, the Pizzoteria ornata, she was right over there. She was in those boxes, but that was also a long time ago. So yeah, that's the dark den. Do you
That's
want to see something specific?
um, I don't know.
You don't know.
I I'm just enjoying. I'm just enjoying looking at all of them. It's
Look at
amazing
these.
how I simultaneously think that they're so scary, but they're so gorgeous. They're one of the most gorgeous animals ever. Oh,
Look at this
and
crowd.
that's now. Wait, can you go? Would you mind zooming in on that for me, real quick?
Uh-huh. Yeah, they are now all escaping, but
No, I don't want. Don't do that. Don't risk that. Oh
I
my
mean, they are
gosh.
running in the enclosure. And also, so here I have some other species. Look at this now.
I live in oh no. Now, I honestly, I have a bad experience. Now, what are those specifically? Those are which type. No.
and, and escape.
No.
Let me just pick it up. So good.
What species are those?
Giant cave roaches, something like that. Honestly, I'm not really good with names of roaches and other animals. I'm good with tarantulas, but that's basically it.